Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are starting our new unit, probability. First things first, the task. So we've got this nice diagram here, and it tells you at the top that there are 1,000 people surveyed. What are some observations we can make? First, we can see that 380 of these 1,000 people have tuberculosis, or TB. We can represent this by saying 380 out of 1,000 people have tuberculosis. This is equivalent to 38%. We can now direct our attention down here to see 620 people do not have TB. This is written as 620 divided by 1,000, or 62%. Note that 380 and 620 add to 1,000. Likewise, 38% plus 62% is equal to 100%. This is a good thing because we need all of our options to add to 100%. If they did not, this would imply that there exists at least one patient who both has TB and does not have TB simultaneously, which is of course not possible. Let's say for 1 second that the task did not tell you that there were 1,000 patients surveyed. We could still easily figure this out by looking at the leftmost vertex here. We can see that it has two legs, here for the 380 with TB and here for the 620 without. We can now add the two together to get our total sample size. Hint, hint for the set on your homework tonight. Alright, back to the diagram. Here, we can see that of the 380 with TB, 361 are tested as positive, while below we can see 19 of the 380 are tested negative. We will get into percents on the next page. And just as before, 361 plus 19 is 380, and we can see it in the diagram of this vertex with these two legs. And finally, we can see that 62 of the 620 that were tested positive, even though they are actually clear, while the last 558 are correctly given the negative result. Once again, we can see that 62 plus 558 is equal to 620 by this vertex and these two legs. Now, we need to do some more detail about wording. If I gave you a question that read, what is the probability of a person correctly having a positive result of TB? I would know that my sample size was the full 1,000. Therefore, my answer would be 361 divided by 1,000, or 36.1%. On the other hand, if I asked, what is the probability of a person who has TB of being correctly tested as positive? I'm no longer talking about my entire sample population, only the people that have TB. This is 380 and not 1,000. Because of this, my answer is now 361 out of 380, or 95%. Another way you might see these questions could be, what is the probability of a person having TB and having a positive result for the first one? And what is the probability of a person receiving a positive result given that they have TB for the second? Some key understandings. First, if the result comes back negative, this means that we are looking at the 19 who were given a false negative as well as the 577 who truly do not have TB to get a sample size of 577. Looking at percentages, we can see 3.3% are positive while 96.7% are negative. This means that your chance of being positive even with a negative result is 3.3%. On a happier note, try and figure out the probability of being clear even with a positive result. If you need more time, pause now. You should have gotten 62 out of 620, or 10%. This means that in total there is a 13% chance for error, which leads us to some real-world questions. These will be some of the biggest questions you have to face when conducting surveys on your own. In this example, we wanted to have a higher false positive because TB is a highly contagious disease, and it is much more dangerous to have a person walking around spreading it to others than it is to have someone stay in the hospital getting unneeded treatment. That being said, the false positive cannot be too high, or patients will no longer trust the results. The answer key says that anything over 200 is a good sample size, and I'm not sure if the minimum has changed since I took the statistics class, but if that shows up on any of your standardized testing, go for 200 or the bigger one that you have. Finally, avoiding bias is extremely important, and we will delve more into this in the future. And with that, we're done. Here are a few homework hints for if you get stuck on the ready tonight. Please leave any and all questions in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the fun fact of the day. Bye!